It is Saturday here at the Greengrass Isle, and we're gonna hop into the main session. We're still in the Old Gold Power Plant opening event, and so all of these sessions will basically be a balanced-ish type. And so I've decided just to not do any nap sessions here on the free-to-play and try to just maximize my energy because I have been struggling a little bit with the Wigglytuff. I think today I have been pretty solid. I think I've had 4 or 5 triggers, and coming off 100%, that was just very nice. So yeah. Oh, we got some new candy for the Wigglytuff. That's always nice. Could be the case that I may catch the Jigglypuff if there are no other targets. I haven't really decided yet on the ingredient specialist strategy here on the free-to-play. That analysis needs more work, and it's just a very thorough project, so that'll have to be for a future video. So yeah, we have Aron here. I don't think I'll catch it today. Aron is a pretty good Pokemon. Aggron joins the Mono family. Kind of overtakes the Charizard in a way. Now, obviously, you can't do some Entei stuff with Aggron, but in terms of sausage production, it's pretty good. And it can also be used for coffee. Alright, this is kind of interesting. None of my targets are here. Not a single one. We'll just have to see if any of these are hungry. Hopefully one of the Jigglypuff are hungry. Then I can catch them with that bonus biscuit and just call it a day on the catching. Otherwise, I will be tempted to go for that Fuecoco. I think long term, that will be one of my targets just because it's a ridiculous apple Pokemon. And it's in a lot of the top dishes still. Mareep is hungry. I can't afford Mareep on this free-to-play account, unfortunately. Maybe it is the Aron. Who knows? I mean, I'm a little bit curious about the Fuecoco here, even on the free-to-play. So let's feed it a biscuit and see where we are at. I still need to hold a lot of biscuits for the Totodile hunt, which by no means is anywhere near its end, even though we've made it to day 51 here. Technically 52. Crazy. Okay, I think I want to catch one of these two, so we have something to review today. Very counter to the free-to-play strategy here, but I am curious about the Fuecoco. Let's go for the Fuecoco. Not a crit. Let's see if it's still hungry. If it's not, then that would be a bummer. Oh yeah, nice. Otherwise, it would have been nicer to go for the Aron maybe. Alright, if I end up in the same situation in the future, where I have a spare bonus biscuit, it's probably going to go to the Aron. But yeah, there are no targets here. I have my full targets and collection list in the video description if you're curious. And I'll try to keep that as up to date as possible so we kind of have a historic record too on these videos, which is one of the main goals with the series to begin with. It is to just log the different strategies that I've implemented here from just learning everything on my main account over the year. Not years yet. And then, yeah, we have a little bit of a log to look back at. These weekend sessions are pretty big. Rank up. I'll take the biscuit and the recovery incense. Those could be nice to spend on certain events. Alright, so we have something to review here. Careful nature is really bad, I think. Yeah, that is really bad. Let's skill up, ingredients down. Right, let's have a look at this Fuecoco. I'm looking for triple apple. But even a sausage blend here could potentially, hypothetically work depending on what kind of strategy I'll be running with the ingredients, because mono meta is very expensive, is not viable for free to play in my opinion, unless you just focusly target a few Pokemon and then just have at it, but even then it's too expensive. Alright, double apple. Another thing I've considered is to just cap my Pokemon at level 30. In which case, I'll probably struggle a little bit with cooking long term, but at the very least, I don't have to hunt that far for the various Pokemon. Yeah, that nature just kind of ruined it already. We already knew that. Careful is ridiculously awful on Ingredient Specialist, and it's amazing on Skill Specialist. Yeah, Skill Trigger S and Skill Level Up. That's very skill focusing inventory and the helping bonus. This thinks it's a Skill Specialist. Maybe these were the stats that were originally planned for the Mareep that showed up hungry. And it just so happened to end up on this Fuecoco, unfortunately. Who knows? I'm going to nickname it blank here. And we are going to pop into the bag because I have to have that daily checkup on my team together with you guys. So we have a good log here on how the team is doing. One thing I'm curious about is the energy. It's been a couple hours since I looked last time. All right, nice. 96%, 96, 110. This is really good. And you can very much see the difference here between that nature and not. It's a big difference. Not only do the Pokemon start lower in the day, but they heal less throughout the day too. So they just keep falling further and further behind. Now, it's not going to be a huge problem long term. And I think particularly as we're approaching 200 hours, 500 and 1000. And then as I get that sub-skill seed for the level 25, which is coming up not too long, and that's going to be quite nice. I'm going to do a little bit of a lockstep investment here. I am also trying to keep in mind that Halloween is around the corner. There's likely going to be a candy boost event for that. I'm just hoping that I can just stack all my resources into the Suicune because I have enough Dream Shards. Even if they bring up or bring back the original candy boost event, which was for Halloween, then I wouldn't have a problem with Dream Shards. I'm still short on candy. So the original candy boost event feature, we talked a little bit about this in Nirtheart today. It essentially had unlimited candy, but it required 6 times the shards. And at the time, that was a bit of an expensive type of feature. There were not a whole lot of people who had too many shards at that time. People kind of had enough candies to an extent. A lot of people were investing too widely and set up traps for themselves. And so I'm not convinced that they won't bring that back. A lot of people said they responded to the community thingy and then made the mini candy boost instead. But it kind of makes sense to have that 1 week out of the year where you can just go crazy with the Dream Shard spend. And then a few weeks later, you can resurge on that stockpile. Not talking about Drifblim here, but yeah, typically in December, I would imagine they do some sort of Dream Shard event like they did last year. And so yeah, some of these are getting close to level up. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but one of these past days, I just zoomed the Feraligatr to level 30. I just felt very impatient, and yeah, I probably won't spend more candies on this at all ever, and just wait for that berry finding Totodile. It's been a while. You can see it's getting close to 500 hours. This is already there. This is getting close. The Suicune already there. Now this is getting some good boosts now at 500. Look at this. 11% frequency shortening, which is huge. Extra carry limit doesn't matter too much. But yeah, that is quite nice. 1 hour and 4 minutes. Still quite a bit behind the Croconaut, and especially the Feraligatr with the speed up nature and the helping speed M. So yeah, day 51. It's kind of crazy how the team is basically the same that it's been for many weeks now. Just haven't been very lucky on the Totodile front, unfortunately. Maybe one of these days we can do a little bit of a deep dive in the Pokemon box. Let me know in a comment if you would like to see that, where we just go through basically the Pokemon here. There's not a whole lot to click through, but maybe some of these could be interesting. Don't think I have a single berry finding except one of the Totodiles that get it at level 50. Maybe we can search for that. Well, yeah, the Grubbin too. Yeah, this Totodile was caught pretty early on. It's not bad. It's just I don't like that nature. Technically, it can kind of still work. Although, on a Feraligatr, if we just bring it up, it's got a high ingredient rate already. So that just puts it into the stratosphere. It's also got a high skill rate. So to lower that kind of is a big letdown. And then the berry finding comes in at level 50, and I find that to be a little bit too late for my liking. So I'd rather just spend more time on Cyan Beach and hopefully find something akin to this. I think berry finding and at least one speed boost should be sufficient and not too hard to find now that we're past friendship level 10. So it's just one of those things where we have to be patient and wait for these events to be over, because this week is an event, next week is an event, the week after is a rest week for potentially, likely, the Halloween event. After that, I think potentially we have 1, maybe 2 weeks rest. When is the Eevee event? I'm pretty sure they're going to put on that this year too. Let me double check the calendar. Just super curious about it now that I started talking about it. So November 21st is Eevee. That would mean we are in a event week now, next week, and then is a rest week, then is Halloween, then it is a rest week, another rest week, and then Eevee. And then we're getting pretty close to Christmas. So a lot of stuff coming up, but I think for the most part, Eevee should be possible to conduct at Cyan Beach. For Halloween, I'll probably go back to Greengrass. But aside from that, there should be plenty of weeks where we can do some research at Cyan Beach, do more nap sessions. So yeah, kind of sucks with the nature here, although it's kind of funny with the skill trigger S and the main skill chance up here. Vikavolt has a decent skill rate. So actually, I'm curious to just hop into the expansion here and click around a little bit. Let's find the Vikavolt. Oops. Okay, let's just zoom the Vikavolt to level 50. And we can plot in, let's say, 500 hours since it's got berry finding and it's evolved twice. Then we have the skill trigger S. Berry finding, which is nice. Kind of. Not really. And I guess we have the energy recovery too. That's kind of nice with my Wigglytuff. Then we have the calm nature. What are we looking at here? Yeah, that speed of health down is not good. That doesn't look right. That does not look right at all. Man, have I messed that up? No, I didn't. Okay, because if I do 0, yeah, it should have been 42, I guess at level 50, but yeah, wow. Calm nature, not nice. 7.2% though, on a decently fast Pokemon. This is slow because of the nature and no other buffs to the speed. 7.2 is not bad. And with the berry finding, triple, coffee. Not impossible I'll go for this one long term, but I'll just have to look at the whole cooking setup because, yeah, it's just an interesting find overall. Probably you would want one with more ingredient focused traits just because the Vikavolt has a low ingredient rate. But when it has berry finding on top of that, it kind of makes sense. Then I also don't have to really hunt Butterfree all that much to an extent. So yeah, the last Pokemon I wanted to talk about in this video was just, I actually don't have the Drifloon in the widget yet, so that's where the Vika went. I knew I did something wrong. I wrote into the wrong cell. There we go. Nice. Okay, we bring back not the Comfey, but the Drifloon. Drifloon is one of the cheapest ways, if not the cheapest and earliest ways of unlocking corn. And so that should almost be a standalone video, but yeah, very interesting stuff. Some of you guys pointed this out in the comments yesterday, so when I do put out that video, then yeah, you're going to get a shout out. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see how this free-to-play journey continues on as we're playing out these 2 weeks now with the events, and hopefully have a nice week at Cyan Beach where we can do some more naps, and then maybe afterwards we go back to Greengrass again for the Halloween. So it's going to be a while until we find these Totodiles, unfortunately. But yeah, for now the team is not too bad. I mean, if I sort by berry finding, even without strong favored berry ones, then they're scoring decently well. So it's just to keep on hunting, and hopefully sometime in the near future we can find a strong berry finding. Maybe even a helping bonus berry finding, that would be huge. Stacks well with a healer and Suicune and everything. So yeah. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.